in the building. Good morning to you, OJ. He's also, we're all donning sweatshirts. More like it this morning. Good morning to you. And how is the cold morning, though?
Well, Sam, it's the cold is colding. It's colding, but it's fine. It's the season, so we just have to prepare ourselves. Dress up in a way that will bring warmth, to us and all of that. So that's what it is this morning.
Okay.
But welcome to the show, guys. It's a pleasure to be here again.
Okay, well, we'll start off the show as it's always the ritual on the show with talking other sports. And I did say a couple of days ago that the WBO will be mandating Alexandra Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion of the world, to actually fight its mandatory challenger. And maybe they were just listening. And it happened. Undisputed heavyweight champion Alexandra Usyk has been ordered by the WBO to begin negotiations with mandatory challenger Joseph Parker. The Ukrainian, 38 years old, unified the division for a second time on the 19th of this month with a fifth round stoppage of Daniel Dubois at the Wembley Stadium. Of course, Daniel Dubois had his IBF belt, which he gave to him because he wanted to have a Tyson Fury v Usyk 2. New Zealand's Parker beat Zhilei Zhang to win WBO interim belt in March of last year. Both parties have 30 days to find an agreement, or the WBO will order post-bid proceedings. Parker held the WBO title between 2016 and 2018, beating Andy Ruiz Jr. to claim the vacant belt, but lost it to Anthony Joshua after two defenses. Following defeat by Britain Joe Joyce in 2022, the 33-year-old has won 6 fights in a row to re-emerge among the title contenders. Parker was set to face Dubois for the IBF strap in February, but the Briton withdrew on 2 days' notice because of illness. Now, the New Zealander remained on card in Riyadh and defended his interim title status with a stoppage victory against Martin Bakole. Instead, Parker was an ever-present and vocal figure during the build-up to Usyk's latest success, and he watched from ringside as the two-weight undisputed champion put on another masterclass right there at the Wembley Stadium in London, where Usyk said he wanted a rest for 2 or 3 months after earning his second win against Dubois, but named Parker, Tyson Fury, or Anthony Joshua and Derek Chisora as potential opponents. He is yet to lose in 24 contests as a professional with 15 victories by knockout. He's certainly conquered the cruiserweight division and the heavyweight division. Now, the WBO is saying it's either you fight Joseph Parker or you vacate the WBO title.
Can they just allow this man enjoy his title? Was it WBO that also put pressure on him? That
IBF.
IBF did put pressure at the time. Now it's the WBO. Yeah, I understand. They always want this fight. As an organization like that, they want to keep the association moving. They want to have, because there's also money for them as well. For Joseph Parker, of course, he's known to the sport. He's one of the heavyweight guys that you talk about boxing and that you mentioned. But it's going to be interesting to see, really, Sam, if Usyk is going to relinquish that belt like he did in the case of the IBF, right? Or whether he's going to go on to still get into that fight. But he had said after that fight over Daniel Dubois that he wanted to rest for about 2 or 3 months. So if 30 days is given for him to quickly set this up, I don't know what his team, will be doing in that regard. He might want to say, okay, man, to go with it, you can come and carry this belt and go. After I relinquished one the other time and I got it back. But for Parker, I saw that fight against
Zhilei
Zhang, and in all honesty, I was quite impressed, because I thought Zhilei Zhang.
I was impressed as well.
Zhilei Zhang, is such one big boxer that I maybe not the youngest of boxers, he's about
40 plus.
40 plus, so maybe that did play a part. But in terms of the way he moves and the way he punches, I'm a huge admirer of Zhilei Zhang. So for Parker to have done that over him, it was quite an impressive one, by my own estimation. So it would be nice to see really if Usyk is going to take a shot at it. Why not? For Parker is about 32 or 33 or thereabouts. Yeah. So he's about 6 years or maybe 5 years younger, than Usyk. But one thing with this sport is that there's really never a rest, for you, especially when you're holding the title like that, because there are always contenders. There's a mandatory challenger that is
waiting to take that belt from you.
So that's the prize that comes with being the champion of the world. Nobody's going to be looking at you to be partying around cities and enjoying your time as champion. They're going to be coming for it every time. And for Usyk, he knows pretty much what this is about, and I hope he can stand up to the challenge once again.
But for Usyk, I have my fears because since 2023 or thereabouts, he's had about 6 or 7 fights. And that's an estimate of 2 every year or so, thereabouts. We've had him fight Daniel Dubois, we've had him fight Anthony Joshua, we've had him fight Tyson Fury, in this space. Don't you think he's coming too frequent? Don't you think he should give himself some rest?
Because he's champion and he's mandated by the rules of the game.
Yeah.
Where others can have the rest because they are not champion. He's the unified heavyweight champion. Recall that we hadn't seen this happen in the four belt era.
Yeah.
You know, so for him to have done it was something remarkable. So there will always be, people snooping around. Everybody wants to collect that belt from you. That's the beauty of it. So he's mandated. If he wasn't a belt holder, probably he would have been wrestling maybe 3 years. Nobody for him really saying. It's not going to be on him to fight his way into becoming a contender or a mandatory challenger, as it were. But now he's the man at the top. So he's tasked with that battle of holding his belt. And that's why we've seen that he's fighting a lot of fights. Joshua, for instance, nobody really cares if he decides to fight or not.
What is so?
I remember I was on radio, and
I'm happy that you held yourself.
And I heard that. So yes, there's a price to pay, sir. There's a price to pay, and that's the case with. I do not envy him at all. He's not the youngest of boxers. Like you said, he could take a toll with the physical exertions and all that.
I think. If I were his team, I would say let it go.
Okay, I'm just going to give that 2. Can I just hold 2?
Can I rest? Because man, you were unified heavyweight champion not too long ago when you defeated what's his name, Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And the belt didn't even. I'm not sure it stayed up to a month or 2.
They never had the team even rest.
You know, they're already asking you to come and have a fight with Daniel Dubois, IBF, and he definitely relinquished, that belt too.
If I were him, you know what I'll do? I'll use a strategy that Fury used for a long time. You could hold that belt and there might be no fight coming in. You see, because at the end of the day, the deal is going to be struck by your team and the opposition, right? So if you're not collecting 10% from the pause,
don't worry,
then you're not ready to fight. I will use that thing as delay tactics. You're going to buy time.
You go stay like 6 months or 8 months.
Now for you, because it's always about pause splits. And pause splits because they said, look, you have 30 days to negotiate this deal. Okay, well, I'm on the table. Who's gonna be the next fighter? Okay, Parker, come on board. Parker.
Are you taking 5% or 10%?
Okay, Riyadh is going to take it. Is it 5 or 10 you want to take? The Parker will be like, how? Then
that's too small a pause for me.
So the WBO will know that we're on the negotiation table, but what is stalling it is the financials. Because you cannot put this man under this kind of pressure. He studied 8 years for Christ. He's not one of the youngest boxers anymore.
That's my fear, really, for your sake.
And then he's fighting twice in 3 years. Before now, we used to see heavyweight boxers fight like once in maybe a year or even 2 years.
Yes.
Person go fight for March. When Fury was holding it, you probably fight in March 2022. And you hear that his next fight is in July 2024, and you're like, so what's this guy going to be doing for the next 1 year?
Okay.
But now this man is holding all of the 4 belts, and there is pressure on him to get into the ring every time. And he's human after all, and then he's going to break at some point. I'll be like, okay.
I think they just want to break him. But then when you've won 24 fights on the bounce, there is literally nothing you cannot do. You see yourself as invincible.
But he's not getting any younger. You have to also look at that as well, because his bones are not as strong as they used to be. He probably cannot go as okay. Maybe he can go the rounds, the 12 round, but not as effectively as he probably would if in say 5-6 years ago. So all of these things are things he must also put in for him to have relinquished the IPF the other time. He knew that it was. He had. This man, even besides the fact that he's making money and he's a champion. Remember what he said post-match? He hadn't seen his family for like 6 months. His wife, he hadn't seen her for like 6 months. He was just living in a room with about 24 guys like that. He said he wants time with his family. But then, like we said, there's price to pay for these things. We're not talking about the money this man has made
in the last 3
years.
He's
made a lot of money as well. So.
Anyways, let's see. His team will be coming out with a response to that. WBO has said, listen, we'll give you 30 days to have that discussion with Joseph Parker. Or we'll be giving you someone, or we'll relinquish that title from you, or you actually be relinquishing the title yourself.